Irish, and today I'm going to read you a story. It is Amelia, Bedelia, and the Surprise Shower. Yes, Amelia, Bedelia, and the Surprise Shower. There was a knock on the back door. Coming, called Amelia, Bedelia. She opened the door. Oh, it's you, Cousin Lackaloo, she said. Do come in. Mrs. Rogers asked me to help out today, said Alkaloo. Is she having a party or something? Every Tuesday, said Amelia, Bedelia. Some ladies get together. They just saw and talk. But today, Miss Alma is in for a real surprise. Those other ladies are giving Miss Alma a shower. A shower, said Alkaloo. A surprise shower, said Amelia, Bedelia. Now, why would they do that to her? Asked Alkaloo. Miss Alma is nice. I don't know, said Amelia, Bedelia. She is about to get married. They should do something nice for her. She can give herself a shower. Your folks do have funny ways. What is that sound?
It's a little bit dark.
Oh. Say, are you cooking something? My cupcakes, said Amelia, Bedelia. She ran to the oven. Just right, she said. They need to cool a bit. Then I will ice them. Mr. Rogers came in. Good morning, Amelia, Bedelia. Good morning, Alkaloo, said Mr. Rogers. My, what a nice loss of fish, said Amelia, Bedelia.
A nice lot of, not
said,
lots of. Yeah.
They should taste good, said Mrs. Rogers. Mr. Rogers, why am I all saying Mrs. Rogers? He's not a woman. They should taste good, said Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Please scale them and ice them. All right, said Amelia, Bedelia. Say, Mr. Rogers, did you ever heard of giving somebody a surprise shower? Oh, yes, said Mr. Rogers. It is like a surprise party, and they shower the person with gifts. That is why they called it a surprise shower.
It a shower.
It is shower. Mr. Rogers looked at his watch. I have to go to town, he said. Mr. Rogers left the kitchen. By the way, Amelia, Bedelia, and Alkaloo,
Said Alkaloo. Mrs. Rogers.
Mrs. Rogers told me to prune the patch. Could you show me how? I will be glad to, said Amelia, Bedelia. She ran to the cupboard. She took out a box of prunes. Oh no. They should cut these hatches.
Mm-hmm.
Not really prune them. Amelia, Bedelia, and Alkaloo went to the hatch. Now, said Amelia, Bedelia, you take a prune, then stick it on like this. Is that all there is that all there is to do?
Is to it?
Is to it?
Mm-hmm.
Asked Alkaloo. Pretty well, said Amelia, Bedelia. Mrs. Rogers likes things done right. Not what you done right. Amelia, Bedelia went into the kitchen. Oh, I forgot my cupcakes, she said, and I must make that chocolate icing. Amelia, Bedelia put some of this and a little of that in a big pot. She stirred and she stirred. Then she tasted the icing.
Icing. Tasted the icing,
right,
yeah.
She said. Amelia, Bedelia began to ice her cakes. The fish, she said. Mr. Rogers said to scale them and ice them. Amelia, Bedelia got the scale. She piled the fish on them. There, she said, you just scale yourselves while I ice the cakes. Oh no, Amelia, Bedelia, not like that. and Amelia Bedelia eyes her cakes. Those do look nice, she said, and there's enough icing left to ice the fish too. Amelia Bedelia picked up a fish by its tail. I hope you have scaled long enough. Oh no, not like that. Scale them. Not that scale, another different scale. She iced one side of the fish. Then she iced the other side.
The other.
Amelia Bedelia worked until the last fish was iced. That takes care of you, she said. Amelia Bedelia put the iced fish and the iced cakes in the cupboard. Mrs. Rogers came into the kitchen. Amelia Bedelia used this tablecloth for the table, she said. Do run over it first with an iron.
Iron. What's iron? Point it. Yes,
This.
that's right.
And we need some cut flowers, said Mrs. Rogers. She went out the back door. Amelia Bedelia unfolded the tablecloth. She put it on the floor. Then Amelia Bedelia got the iron and she ran all over the tablecloth. Not like that! Mrs. Rogers meant to hold this and run over it here, not you. Amelia Bedelia put the tablecloth on the table. Alcaloo came over to Amelia Bedelia. That takes care of that, he said. I even have some prunes left, so I pruned the other bushes too.
The other
bushes too. That does look nice, she said. Mrs. Rogers will be
mighty pleased.
No, I don't think she will be mighty pleased.
Why?
She didn't do the things right. Amelia Bedelia and Alcaloo met Mrs. Rogers at the back door. Mrs. Rogers came in with a bunch of flowers. She put them on the kitchen table. Amelia Bedelia, she said, use the large silver bowl for the cut flowers. All right, said Amelia Bedelia. Mrs. Rogers left the kitchen. She came right back with a basket of gifts. These are for Mrs. Alma's shower, she said. We will start sewing, as we always do. Then when all the ladies are here, we'll say surprise. Then comes the shower. Can you do that, Alcaloo?
Can you and Alcaloo?
Can you and Alcaloo take care of everything? Oh yes, said Amelia Bedelia. We will see to everything. I'm so excited.
Why?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
What's the matter? Why?
I'm so excited.
What happened?
I have something to do. Very excited.
What?
These flowers are so pretty, said Amelia Bedelia. It's a shame to cut them. You shouldn't cut them. It's already cut. She said. Cut flowers, said Alcaloo. Let me help you. So Amelia Bedelia and Alcaloo fixed a bowl of cut flowers. You just need to put them in this bowl. Not like that. We do have some figuring out to do, she said. I thought those ladies were supposed to be giving this shower, and here we are giving it. If we had known, said Alcaloo, we could have fixed up something fancy. It's too late for that now, said Amelia Bedelia. The two of them went outside. Amelia Bedelia saw the garden hose. Think that will do, asked Alcaloo. Well, it's not really a shower, said Amelia Bedelia, but it's the next best thing. I will give her the gifts, and you can shower her. The gifts will get wet, said Alcaloo. They're shower gifts, said Amelia Bedelia. What if they do get wet? We will get wet too. Well, said Uncle Luke, we can put on something else. What a good idea, said Amelia Bedelia. Hide those gifts, said Uncle Luke. Amelia Bedelia hid a basket of gifts under some basket of gifts under some bushes. It is time to get ready, she said. A bit later, Amelia Bedelia heard a car stop. Here comes the ladies, she called to Mrs. Rogers. Mrs. Rogers hurried out to meet them. Mrs. Ralph came first, and with her came 4 children. Look, they shouted, prunes on the hedge. The children went racing past. More and more ladies came. They began to stop, but Mrs. Alma did not come. Where is Miss Alma? Everybody asked, but nobody knew. Mrs. Rogers looked at the table. Footprints, said Mrs. Rogers. Amelia Bedelia, what did you do to that tablecloth? I ran over it with an arm, said Amelia Bedelia. Should I have taken my shoes off first? Oh, never mind, said Mrs. Rogers. Amelia Bedelia, where are the cut flowers? She asked. Oh my, said Amelia Bedelia. I forgot them, said Amelia Bedelia.
Amelia Bedelia.
Amelia Bedelia ran in and got the flowers. Mrs. Rogers looked at the bowl. Amelia Bedelia, she called, what did you do to the flowers? I cut them, said Amelia Bedelia. You said to fix a bowl of cut flowers. Why is this silver and look, why is this gold and this is silver? It is the same one.
Let me see. Okay.
This is silver.
Yeah, golden. golden boy and
silver.
Yeah.
Why is that?
What happened?
Just then, Miss Alma drove up. Here she is, said the lady. Sorry to be late, said Miss Alma, but I have a headache. I'm sorry, said Mrs. Rogers. You just sit down. Mrs. Rogers turned to Amelia Bedelia. Are you ready for the shower? She asked. We will need a minute or two, said Amelia Bedelia. She called Alcalu. They went around the back. And there stood Amelia Bedelia and Alcalu in bathing suits. All right, called Amelia Bedelia. We are ready. Then all the ladies shouted, surprise! Surprise! Shouted Amelia Bedelia. She ran out with the gifts and dumped them on Mrs. Alma's lap. Here are the gifts, she said. Alcalu came right behind her with the hose. And here is the shower, he shouted. A shower, a shower, screamed Mrs. Rouse for children. And they jumped into the shower with Miss Alma. All the ladies screamed too. And they jumped out of the shower. I have something, but look. This girl is wearing this, and Amelia Bedelia is wearing this. Isn't it a bit same?
No, it's not the same. It's similar. It's just similar. Yeah.
Mrs. Alma lifted up. Her gift flew all over the place. How dare you, she shouted. Miss Alma was angry. She was very angry. Amelia Bedelia, Alcalu, shouted Mrs. Rogers. Turn off the water this minute. Amelia Bedelia and Alcalu turned off the water.
Oh my goodness.
Did you see how mad Miss Alma was? Asked Alcalu. I don't think she'd like our shower, said Amelia Bedelia. Maybe some hot tea will help, said Amelia Bedelia. Alcalu went into the kitchen. I'll take the tea things, said Amelia Bedelia. You bring the cupcakes. Here is the tea, said Amelia Bedelia. Thank goodness for that, said Mrs. Rogers. That chocolate looks good, said Mrs. Ralph. Help yourself, said Mrs. Rogers. Mrs. Ralph helped herself to the biggest piece. She took her food. Mrs. Ralph tried to cut it, but it wouldn't.
Mrs. Ralph
tried to cut it, but it would not cut. And Mrs. Ralph wanted the chocolate. So she picked up and bit it. Oh!
Picked it up
And bit it. Oh! She screamed. Fish! Raw fish!
Oh my goodness.
Mrs. Ralph was angry. She was very angry. Raw fish!
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Rogers came out just then. He heard what Mrs. Ralph said. Fish! He shouted. Amelia, Bedelia, what did you do to my fish? Ice them, said Amelia, Bedelia. Now Mr. Rogers was angry too. Suddenly, Miss Alma started laughing.
Uh-huh.
Everybody looked up at her.
Looked at her.
Look at her. She jumped up and threw her arms around Amelia, Bedelia. You were wonderful, said Mrs. Alma.
You are wonderful.
You are wonderful, said Mrs. Alma. My headache is all gone. That surprise shower was just what I needed. Then Mrs. Ralph laughed. Amelia, Bedelia, she asked, did you prune the hedges? Cousin Alcaloo did that, said Amelia, Bedelia. Then he's wonderful too, said Mrs. Ralph. See how happy my children are. They have never been this good. And suddenly everybody was laughing. Mrs. Rogers began to pour the tea. Amelia, Bedelia served the chocolate cupcakes, and the ladies said they were the best cakes
they had ever eaten.
That was so much fun, said all the ladies, and they laughed some more. Then they had picked up
They helped pick up
Miss Alma's gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And they were still laughing when they left. I'm done. Goodbye. See you next time.